Her name is Enam Gbewonyo. This picture was taken in 1971 when she worked at St. James's Hospital, London, England. In her words, "I moved to the UK in 1969 and went straight into nursing school. I worked for a year before applying to do midwifery and then the premature baby class. I didn't practice midwifery in the end, as I had 2 kids by that time. I would have had to work day duty for 3 months as a midwife. So how would I look after my children? So I decided to do general, so I only had to work night duty. I remember when we passed our exams, the matron in the hospital had called most of the white girls in for a chat, and I thought they had forgotten about me. So I actually booked an appointment to see her. When I came out, I realized I shouldn't have done that. They weren't interested in us black ones and what we did after. I regretted booking the appointment. You learn to see you're not part of it. To tell you the truth, when I came over, this idea of being black and I'm less, I'm just someone who didn't take that into account. Thank you, Enam Gbewonyo, for your contribution, dedication, and service. We honor and salute you. Her name is Donna Simpson. This photo was taken circa 1969 when she worked at Whittington Hospital in London, England. In her daughter's words, "Even though she lived with a very wealthy aunt and uncle in Guyana, Mum always wanted to be a nurse. They begged her to stay, but she was determined. Mum told me that she couldn't believe the cold in Britain. It was the coldest she ever felt. She was sad to find that she was not welcome in the mother country and had trouble finding lodgings. It was thanks to black landlords arriving from the Caribbean earlier who had managed to buy houses that she could find accommodation. Her salary was really low, and many patients didn't want her to touch them and called her horrendous names, but she ignored it and carried on nursing them. Mum was a fantastic state-enrolled nurse who gained the nickname Florrie after Florence Nightingale and became an experienced ear, nose and throat nurse at the Royal United Hospital in Bath. She was proud of her nursing career up to her death in 2017. Thank you, Donna Simpson, for your contribution, dedication, and service, and for sharing your story with your daughter. Your legacy lives on. May you rest. We honor and salute you." Her name is Equia Itsiba. This picture was taken in 1970 when she worked at Brooke General Hospital, London, England. In her words, "After secondary school, I told my father I wanted to do nursing. I applied and was accepted. You're coming here in your African cloth, but end up in cold weather." Luckily, the Ghanaians in that hospital were all put on the same corridor, and we already knew a few of us from Ghana. We ate and socialized together, but at the end of the day, returned to our rooms alone. You have these old people who haven't traveled before, and they don't want your dirty hands on them. They would tell you, "Go and wash your dirty skin." We just do what we have to do and leave the situation as it is. I ended up getting married and having children. It wasn't easy, as in those days, you got 6 weeks maternity leave and then had to go back to work. Unfortunately, I didn't have my mother or any relatives to help. It was very difficult. Thank you, Equia Etsiba, for your contribution, dedication, and service. We honor and salute you. Her name is Dawn Hill, SRN CBE. This picture was taken in 1960 on graduating at Leicester General Hospital, Leicester, England. In her words, "My uncle had ideas for me to work in the office of his pimento oil factory in Sunset Cove, Westmoreland, Jamaica. But I failed miserably at shorthand and typing. So they, that's my aunt and uncle, who were my guardians, decided, on advice of their friend, Dr. Carnegie, to send me to England to study nursing at Leicester General Hospital, where Dr. Carnegie trained. I had no input in this decision, and plane tickets were booked for me. I travelled to England on a banana boat with 12 passengers coming back from business and holidays in Jamaica. I arrived in England on 25th September 1956, 5 days before my 17th birthday. I joined the 2-year pre-nursing cadet training programme at Leicester General. It was required prior to entering the 3-year state registered nurse SRN training. As a cadet, I studied anatomy and physiology, English literature, and dietetic cookery. During my SRN training, I was always sent to represent the Caribbean nurses at civil events and meeting VIPs. My uncle would also send a large barrel from Jamaica with bananas, other exotic fruit, and Christmas cake. Matron, however, would ensure everyone in my year, regardless, indulged in the goodies. The mantra at Leicester was Semper ad suprema. My abiding memory, sister is sister, but matron is law. Thank you, Mrs. Dawn Hill, SRN, CBE, for your contribution, dedication, and service. We honor and salute you. Her name is Enam Gbewonyo. This picture was taken in 1960 when she worked at St. Thomas's Hospital in London, England. In her words, "I came to UK in 1978 from Ghana, where I trained as a nurse. I did an adaptation to be registered to work. I joined the NHS in 1983 and worked till 1998. The adaptation experience was good. Some of the nurses were good and willing to help me settle. I did agency work before getting a permanent NHS job at Dulwich. Then moved to St. Thomas's and worked my way up to ward sister, then ward manager. I had good and bad experiences combined. That's life, I suppose. Thank you, Enam Gbewonyo, for your contribution, dedication, and service. We honour and salute you." I would like to end this performance with words from Mrs. Dawn Hill, SRN, CBE. Something for us to think about. My greatest concern now is that the recruitment to the nursing profession and across the allied and support staff to the NHS will suffer as a result of the quite catastrophic effect of COVID-19 on Caribbean, African, Asian, and other ethnicities working on the front line in hospitals and care homes. How would they be looked after working in the NHS? Will they want to join an NHS that has taken the lives of so many of their brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, and grandparents? So many African and Caribbean women and men have contributed so much to this country, to our culture, to our livelihoods, to our families. I want to thank every single one of them. We are grateful for your contribution, service, and dedication. Thank you for watching.